What is up? Today we have another tournament here. I'm just trying to get as much of this footage out for you guys, working hard. So this is a $15 1000 daily tournament. And yeah, we had about 46 entries, so really light. And we are down to the FT. So this is a final table video. And yeah, let's try to lock up first place, $362. So not a bad score for $15. And let's go. So yeah, starts off with this guy opening 7x. Guy calls, we jam. Easy enough, you know, poker's easy when you have jacks, right? We should be winning here like 100% of the time, if my math is right. And we make a full house. But unfortunately, he had kings full. So I guess with respect to the channel's name, he lived up to that. So you really can't do anything there. Just got to chuck it up to the game and hope you run better. That's about it. All right. So boom, Jacks versus Ace Queen, and we ladder up. So this is a tournament where Jacks just do not win. So I'm just putting that into my mental notes to just fold pre-flop. No. King. Whew. Dirty. Down by the river. Yeah, we call them river rats. I got a couple friends that always just try to river me. So we are down to $94 locked up. Here we're in a pretty good spot. I mean, we're second in chips, but like by a lot. Oh, not by a lot. Third place is close, but I feel as though on this table it's a very light field. Easy, easy. Well, just can't win a flip right now. Flopped us dead with a flush. It's alright though. The thing is we are not good with flips in this tournament. We used it all up in the last video that I posted, that I did earlier. But it's alright because post flop we're just gonna hang in there and rip them apart. That's a little bit on the wider side for open, queen 10 off, but being 5-handed and being able to play post flop I think is not really the worst. So here I think we should be c-betting a lot. I think I choose to check, but I think c-betting is a lot better there. But we go with the delayed c-bet instead. And now we have a decision. Do we just give up? Or do we put him to the test? See if he has a heart. The thing is yeah, I mean, if he doesn't have a king, you know, he could have lower pocket pairs that could call. But at the same time, too, checking back on that flop, we could definitely be playing some king X like that. Like ace king, king queen. Like when we have so much of the board, we could check back. So it worked out that time. And as you can see too, we're opening a lot more than the other players. And always choose aggression. That's the poker motto. So we decided to c-bet here on a board that does not favor our range with 2 callers. Yeah, we decided to check back because we do have showdown value. Our hand could be best here. With 2 opponents, there's definitely a lot of straight flush options. but we decide to call. I really am not sure about this call looking back at it now. It's not really the best, I think. I mean, could he be leading there with like a7 on the flop? Could, very unlikely. I mean, sometimes these guys just play it straightforward, so I think we should have folded on the turn, so I don't like that play at all. And the fact that we're thinking about it, I mean, he could have like, let's say ace-5 with the ace of spades, ace-4, but it's very, that's about it as far as bluffs. Yeah, so I ended up having a phone call, but basically we should be folding here. We're risking half of our stack, and only thing we beat is like ace-5, ace-4 with the ace of diamonds, and yeah, he just pretty much played it basic, exactly how it is. So here we are 5th out of 5th, but we're not really worried. We're confident, you know. We are dominated in chips, but chips are easy to get. So we shove here 6 big blinds with the Cowboys. Easy enough. We don't run into it this time or get coolered. So no 9. And we take it down. 15 big blinds. This is where they mess up right here. They gave us chips. Oh, look at this guy, 2.6 bigs. The funny thing is he's like really thinking. So my whole plan is I'm going to shove 100% because I know he's going to shove because he's almost forced to. I mean, here when you're his like stack, like king high, jack high even, I think you have to shove just because the blind is coming. So if you fold here, half of your stack is already going to be in the middle after antes and stuff, and you're going to have to go with that hand. So if you have a decent hand here, you're better off shoving any king high, jack high, queen high hands. Even some of your suited stuff. But no! He has pocket eights. And yeah, we just hit a 10 on him. This guy is just running bad against us, which is very nice. Very nice. Alright. Rampage's lucky hand. But unlike Rampage, we're gonna fold here. 10x open, I just feel like screams. So I don't know if it's the tendency I've seen players where they'll open really big with like medium pocket pairs, usually just worried about seeing a flop like pocket sixes and stuff, and if that's his range, we're pretty much bad. And even if he has something like ace king, which I've also seen players open really big, especially in cash games, I've seen them open like 10x. It's weird stuff. We're still not great against it. This guy's just running good. So we're gonna give him a little trophy there. And we're down to 3. So 141 locked up. Of course, though, with this guy having 5 blinds, we definitely want second. We deserve second with the chip leader having 81 bigs. You know, we just gotta pick our spots. The thing is he should be putting a lot of pressure on us. A little one bet jab, one big blind jab, and this is where the heart comes in. We don't have a heart in our hand, but we have a heart in our chest. That's what really matters. Honestly though, like on boards that's like 4 to a flush, I tend to bluff really frequent, just because there's 13 hearts in the deck, right? 4 of them are on the board. then basically there's only 9 left, and it's very hard for him to have a heart. And even if he does, usually it's a low heart. Like if he has a 3 of hearts there, I know there's one on the board, but just an example. Is he really going to be confident in calling? So on the flip side, if you're playing poker and there's like 4 to a flush on the board, you should definitely rep the flush. And if they actually bet trying to rep it themselves, you should definitely raise. I'm telling you, you're going to get a lot of folds. There's going to be times where, yeah, they have the ace, but works more times than not. So we call here. The nice thing about his shove is it actually cannot reopen the action. Meaning, if I just call here, or, you know, I can't raise. I can't re-raise. Oh, man. This guy got lucky. I was already counting my money. I was counting the $200. Now he has chips, and we're actually pretty close to him. We are pretty close. Oh man, this guy's running freaking amazing. A set of 6s versus 8-5 and 8-5 scoops. The thing is, I'd rather use my good luck and my one times in bigger tournaments rather than the $15 ones. I mean, it's nice when it happens, but then you run like crap in the big tournaments. So here we are a 9-1 dog. So yeah, we're gonna have to really find some spots. Of course, we're gonna have to go all in a couple times and just fade the loss. I mean, at this point too, it's not like, you know, I'm not expecting to win, but I'm still fighting for the win. You know, it's like if he calls here and I lose, I'm just like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, because he had such a big advantage, but you still gotta fight. You never give up. So yeah, shove with 3 king, and he calls with 3 queen. So definitely dominated. Here with 9 big blinds, I think most king, queen, even jack could be, depending on the action. Could be a shove. And as you can see, you might get called with worse. Alright, we turn to open ender. Just call here. Yeah, I don't like my call on the turn. I think we should be raising there a lot. He definitely could have a king, but even if he does have a king, he just calls our raise. Then we could at least build up the pot if we hit a 6 or ace. 6 more likely to get paid than an ace if he has a king. Man, I love that money on the table, but yeah, I mean, we're playing for about $162 or $158 for heads up, which is almost double second place. So it's definitely like the way you have to look at pay jumps too in a tournament. Never really look at the amount per se, but look at the amount of buy-ins. So like you know, first and second place is literally like 11 big buy-ins. You know, that's pretty huge, because if you're only playing $15 tournaments, you basically have 11 more bullets. You know, and if you're cashing like a third of the time, then you definitely are gonna eventually become really profitable. Yeah, we just went with the 7 deuce. And it's funny too, like I keep saying this, like I really gotta improve my heads up game. I think here we did a lot better than the $58,000 tournament for sure. I felt a lot more confident here. I've been playing a lot more sit and goes and spin and goes actually. So they're like 3-handed. One person takes it all. So it really shows you like the way you should be taking these lines. And a lot of time, like in the beginning when I was doing it, It'd be three ways, and you know, I usually get heads up, and then I was losing heads up with the spin and goes. Yeah, easy jam here. Oh, we banked a 10. I've already seen this video. I knew it was coming, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, we raise 8-3 bets. You know, I could definitely have some pocket pairs, especially heads up, like Jack King. I don't think is a fold. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I'm not folding in that spot. Here, Ace Jack, we raise again, and we're slowly closing the gap. Continuation bet. Nope, decide to check. I don't know if I'm a fan of the check. I think we could get him to fold a lot. And if he calls, we'd kind of narrow his range down. And that's the thing I think I struggle with the most with heads up is just like the ranges are so wide, you know, almost any two to an extent. Like 8-3 here on the button, I'm folding there. I think it's a fold. But like certain hands you defend, certain hands, you know, you play. It's like that's what I gotta work on my game is figuring out the ranges. We just flopped the world here, so I'm gonna check it. Let him continue giving us chips. Yeah, I mean, this raise I think is alright. He ends up calling, so I think this could definitely be if it was a jack, that was a good fold by him. I think it was he probably had a jack with a weak kicker and wasn't confident, because I think if he had a stronger jack, he probably would have called. But either way, 49 bigs to 39 bigs, so we are almost even, fighting for that win. Man, it's nice when you flop good. Yeah, the c-bet here I don't really mind. We do lock up a lot of the board, but we were gonna usually c-bet most of the times with a paired board, so we're just kind of staying within a balanced game. Because like we had the king there, but even if we had like ace queen, I think we still c-bet. So by checking when we have trips, I think we could be exploited when we just check the good hands and bet the bad hands. Yeah, I mean, really big sizing here. I don't know if he turned a 9. He's trying to get value from a flop pair, where he could have had a flush draw. I mean, well, you know, we only risked about 1 big blind, so I don't think putting in another 3 really made sense with bottom pair. Here we're just stabbing at it. I'm not really a fan of the call. Or that call. Yeah, I mean, maybe the float even is very questionable. We have a backdoor flush, backdoor straight, but that's about it. So here, pretty much just have a gutter. And as you can see too, like he's starting to increase the aggression. He's like starting to 3-bet us a lot more. So I don't know if it was just his frustration with not being able to take us out, but I definitely picked up on that. Yeah, so we have backdoors, plus an overpair. Like I said, heads up is it's really hard to make hands. So if you're just gonna only call with a pair on the flop, then you got one thing coming. So we turn a pair on the turn, so we have to call, and then we make the flush here. Not the flush, the straight. I don't know if I'm a fan of that shove, but I feel like um, I wanted to mix that in with some bluffs. Because if he has like a ace jack or something, maybe jack 10, 2 pair, we could get called by those hands, even sets. And also bigger sizing looks more bluffy as well. Yeah, so just check back. There's really no reason to bet. We don't really beat anything, especially when the spades comes in. Yeah, I mean heads up poker is just like weird, man. So it's a whole nother game. Yeah, so here I think I choose just like a bluff line, and you have to double barrel at least in some of these spots, which we choose to do, and we take it down. A 6 could definitely call, but like, you know, like I said, it's hard to make hands. See, we're being consistent with the betting size. Betting a third usually. I think this could be a raise or a limp. Of course, we have the open ender. We're gonna bet. And we are chip leader, so I mean, I'm kind of happy we just even made it this far. Like I said, I think I've definitely improved my game, my heads up game a little bit. You know, we were 90 big blinds versus 10 big blinds. You know, so we did have to get lucky in the first couple double ups. So that, but after that, I mean, you kind of have to pick your spots. This is actually where I make the first mistake here. It's a limp pot. He bets out 3 big blinds. And he did this before where we folded, but this time we actually decided to float and kind of see what he does. I think he does this a lot with his weaker hands. And then when he checks back, I sense weakness. I should have known with that snap call, but I think usually snap calls could be some kind of draw. But so I decided to go for it here on the larger side. And I figured I'd fold out most of his hands, even a lot of his ace x, queen x hands. But he just shoves, and it was just a terrible spot. Here, he raises, and yeah, I think we're gonna check jam here. Reason being is the same when I had that strong hand and I jammed with the straight. It's kind of keeping that into jamming our weaker hands. Just unfortunate he had ace 9 here. But a lot of times with his raising range, he's gonna have like, you know, a lot of the Broadway cards, and because we had the ace blocker as well, I didn't think he had ace 8, ace 9. So it's just unfortunate that time he had it. I think I'm happy with the tournament overall. The final table, I think was pretty good. The heads up, a little questionable. I mean, we weren't really expecting to win 100% just from being a a 9-1 dog. However, the fact that we literally were 50-50 in chips at one point, kind of two misplays, and it's over. And that's the thing about poker too. Like, you can make all the right decisions for hours on end, and then as soon as you make two wrong decisions, the tournament's over. So I think we just really chose a bad spot and a bad hand to make that bluff there, but that's how it goes sometimes. So, all right, tune in for the next one. Like, subscribe. I'm trying to get these things going, and like I said, I'm gonna start incorporating some live cash games as well. It's just we have a lot of tournament footage, so I want to get these out, and yeah, we'll have live coming soon. So subscribe for that, and thanks for watching. King's Bowl.